Good night, everybody. I am Dane Akil Allen. I am running for the position of VPI for JAMSA in the elections tomorrow. I explained in my speech where I tried to shoot from the hip, straight from the hip, as I say. I explained that I'm a person who basically I'm practical, I'm pragmatic, I think outside of the box, but at the same time, it is just, is this possible? Yes or no, and I do it. Right? So I don't come with vague possibilities on a campaign poster. I don't come with vague promises. Neither do I come with lofty promises that I cannot guarantee will happen. There are certain things that I think must change, whether or not I am the VPI, and it is going to happen. It will happen. I'll give you an example. As the VPI, the VPI is supposed to be overseeing the standing committees. Now, on hall, I remember I had to dress up in a loincloth for a dance, a local dance competition, for the hall. And that holds more value than my participation in the standing committees. I believe that is wrong. It makes no sense because they refer to it as a faculty exclusive club. In other words, because we are med-sci students, this does not really, it is exclusive, so it doesn't hold much weight. They don't really consider it as any work for us to write it on the form to say this holds us in a better position to get back room on hall. I believe that is garbage. Every med-sci student should have a reason to or an avenue to guarantee their room back on hall. I'm not saying you don't work for it, but at the same time, you know you are paying for it one way or another. So you should not be wasting time with things that you are not interested in, things that take away from your GPA, and you waste time. I don't remember all of those dance moves, but there are certain things in score and scuff and scorp and all those things that I would love to participate in as a med student. And I want each and every one of us who feel the same way as I do, I want you to come out and vote for me, because I am not in agreement with the fact that, oh, you're in med-sci, so therefore you're a lump. I don't believe in that type of psychological game where you get us to come out and overexert ourselves to prove that we are not lumps. Do not pretend as if med-sci is not a more work-intensive faculty than just about every other faculty in UA. Do not pretend that. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. We put in a lot of work just being normal, everyday students. So don't let us feel like we have to run up and down for the least little thing on hall. That's just one thing I think that we need to change. It's just one thing. You don't need to be VPI for that. But how is it that I plan to solve these things now? For example, the reason why they think this, right, on hall is because they're not educated as to what these standing committees do. I think these things require greater marketing of the committees. They require greater publicizing of what we do, and they take such a simple step. For example, only 10 people I remember in that scorer meeting where they were showing us how to properly put on a condom, and not just condom that everybody feel, oh, may I get it, so this is my 1000th condom and I know how to do this already, but they had things like the femidom, and the female condom, sorry, right, and all of those things that you don't normally do. Well, I'm assuming people don't normally just use those things on a regular basis. It's not a part of our culture. I don't know if women, just that many women walking around with their own female condom in their purse like how we walk around with condoms in our wallet, some of us, right? Now, I think what we can do, right, is upload these videos of these standing committee seminars, upload these so that all med students, all students, everybody, right, the public can benefit from these things that we are learning. That's a simple solution. You don't need to do anything amazing for that, right? Also, when I got my SCOME CD, it was just a wad of information that just looked dull, boring, and so much to go through. It was just The same semester that the previous year went through, just squashed in one. Here it is. But every year there's a genius in the class, right? And maybe I'm modeling 2K16, using 2K16 to model the rest of the faculty. I'm sorry, but the geniuses in our class are more than willing to share their information, what they know, and spend the time explaining things. That would make a more interactive DVD. Now, if they don't want to do that, here's their incentive: making them recognize peer tutors as part of UE activities. Right? Why not do simple practical stuff like that? You're gonna tell me that the genius now who has helped everybody pass this particular subject or all their subjects, they did not contribute, they should not get a room because they did not score the most points, they did not run all those laps or so on. Give people a chance, right? Recognize every contribution that everyone makes, and if it is a valuable contribution, like for example those things that I've just discussed, give them the chance to do that. Give them the chance to be recognized in that way, right? And not allow them to be nervous trying to figure out how they're going to find a place and so on. We don't need that stress as mid-sized students. No, it might not seem very relevant to you. You're saying, how does that tie in with VPI? But you cannot properly give of yourself in any of these committees if you have little things like these to worry about, right? The rest of it, as far as what a VPI is supposed to do, is given out in the Constitution. There's no way my opponents can take the Constitution, rephrase it, and make it seem like an original idea. It's given in the Constitution. We can look at what it is that we're supposed to do. The difference with me is that I am tying in all those responsibilities to make every med student's life easier, right? If not easier, more enjoyable, for the fact that they have the peace of mind that they are doing what they want to do, doing things that goes towards their development. And speaking of which, because we're in medicine, we're going to graduate and we're going to be doctors and so on. That does not automatically mean that we're going to be rolling in the dough, be so cashy and comfortable and so on, and oh, we're now doctors and everything is all right, right? I think a practical thing that is very necessary are some business seminars. Once you go now into actually making all of this money as a doctor, what do you do with it? What ideas? Some economics, some business, principles of business, or whatever you might want to call it. Some of those things are more appreciated than some of the FD subjects that we do. Not saying that I intend to replace them, although I think it is possible for med students to have their their foundation courses workload redistributed so that it makes more sense, right? And that goes towards our curriculum, what it is that we need. Listen, I'm not trying to go over time. I'm just telling you a few basic things. There are certain things that I would have to do as VPI, given in the Constitution anyway. So it makes no sense I wax ad nauseum about that, right? But I'm just telling you the type of mind that I have. As far as Western Jamaican campus, if we were to properly develop standing committees over there, but we stream the activities, or we have joint ventures, imagine the great division of labor that we would have between two campuses, right? Where in which each of us would be able to accomplish more things, but at the same time have more time to appreciate what it is that we have accomplished, or just study. Whatever happened to studying? Whatever happened to doing your work? The work that your parents paying money or wherever you're getting your funding from, right? Whatever happened to just doing that? I am for using the position to allow each med student to get to address their academic goals, but at the same time to give of themselves genuinely, not because they're pressured to do it, but because they find that it builds them and that they feel fulfilled when they help to build others. I am Dane Allen. I am not only a good candidate, but I am the best candidate, and look for somebody else to do this. All right, have a good day. It's exam time. We should be studying. I'm just shooting from the hip because we really should be studying and getting on with life. And I'm going to be doing this VPI or not. God bless.